Ladies and gentlemen, find a comfy spot, grab a snack, and prepare your eyeballs because today we are going to be learning more about one of the deadliest SCPs to ever exist.
An empty bottle shatters against the ground, sending shards of glass across the tarmac. The teens, fueled by adrenaline and cheap booze, are having a wild night. It's just getting started. After getting booted from the local arcade for causing a scene and grabbing some greasy budget burritos from a local Mexican takeout joint, their journey led them here, the local park.
Gobbling that.
For the two high school seniors, the playground equipment was the perfect canvas for their artistic vision.
What
they
are
laughed
they doing?
as they planned the graffiti and lewd sketches that would cover the slides and monkey bars by dawn.
Little
But
rats.
before any of that can happen, a wave of childhood nostalgia washes over them. Why not go on some of the rides, for old time's sake? It's not like anybody would ever know what they did here tonight.
Is this SCP going to be the playground? Oh my gosh.
I used to swing on the swing sets with my friends, and we would play a game. We would swing back and forth next to each other and try to spit on each other as we...
That's pretty cool.
One time, I like loogied, got on his face, and like it was just like dangling down. Never forget it.
So you were the original Hawk Tua girl. Person.
That's a good point, Jack.
Well done, Alec.
Alec might be this SCP.
In the worst way possible.
That
Little
is
do they
gross.
know, something extremely dangerous is lurking. Something that wants to cause them terrible, terrible harm.
Whoa.
In a way that,
Mordor?
even after it happens, they'll
What
never
the flip
truly
is that?
understand. By morning, as the first rays of sunlight glint
it's
off
the
the
slide.
dew-soaked grass,
I think
it
it's the
becomes
slide.
clear. The teens never made it home. Their panicked parents call the police and register their concern. This isn't like them. They never stay out this long. The search.
Okay, why do I not believe that for 3 seconds? They look like they do that every single night. And I'm not saying that they deserve this, but I mean, come on. Out of all of the people, they didn't seem like great people.
Hey,
don't
just because
judge
she has a
them.
little blue hair, come on.
No, they were just being maniacs. They were graffitiing all of the playground, like...
Not all high school seniors are bad, Jack, right, Alec?
Right. Wait, what does that mean?
Like, they're not all bad. Like, some are good, right, Alec?
Some of them are good,
All
some
right.
of them are bad.
Calls go out to local radio shows and TV stations. Concerned citizens
That dude
staple
has a
missing
beard.
posters to telephone poles. By evening, the streets and nearby woods are filled with
I
volunteers.
just knew something was gonna go wrong.
Walking in lines, clutching
don't like
flashlights,
this.
calling out names into the approaching darkness.
I really don't like
Oh.
this.
Police bring in the usual suspects.
Here we go.
Locals with a criminal
feel bad
history
for the
that
parents.
indicate they
It's
might
him.
be a
It's
danger
him.
to local
Oh my god.
teenagers.
Yo.
But it doesn't turn up any meaningful
What the
evidence.
flip?
Wait a second, they just beat up the old man? What the...
I mean, no, that's messed up.
Why are you laughing?
Crazy.
Well, we know what he did. That dude deserved it.
Well,
did
he
he
was
do?
registered, you know.
Touch her?
We don't know exactly, but yeah, he shouldn't have gotten beat up. And obviously, he didn't even do it because it was the SCP.
He could be the SCP.
Cleaner
We've seen
employed
people
by
be
the local
SCPs
council
before.
sweeps up the glass from the broken whiskey bottle at
Whoa,
the
whoa,
playground.
whoa.
As the mother watches the cleaner dump the broken glass into a garbage bag, her little boy is playing on the jungle gym with his friends. The mother's
Don't make a
hand
comment.
snakes
Do
towards
not
her
make a
pocket,
comment.
then stops. She fights the urge to reach for the pack of smokes, worrying what the other mothers will think of her if she does. It's been a stressful month, the latest of many. She doesn't have time to worry about anything else. Hell, she hasn't even heard about the missing teens. Mommy, look how high I can climb. She forces a smile as she
Yes.
watches her boy.
Why does that dude have the voice of like a 45-year-old, but he's a little boy?
Mommy, look how high I can climb.
I think it might have been Dr. Bob doing a voice.
Yes,
I think it
that
was.
is
That
what
was
it
so
was.
good. I think Dr. Bob voices every single character, and I love it.
Reach the top of the ropes. That smile almost becomes genuine when she sees how happy her son looks. And then her phone starts to ring.
Here we go.
It's him. Again.
Oh, poop.
Oh,
Poop
little
man.
brain.
Soon to be
Don't answer it, trust me.
Alex, stop calling her.
Trust me, you do not want to answer that.
She sighs and walks away from the playground for a moment.
Big
She
mistake.
doesn't want their son to hear them having another long-distance shouting match. When the humiliation ritual is over, she returns to the playground.
No, he's gonna be
Mr.
gone.
Son's
No.
gonna be gone.
She notices it immediately.
No.
Her son isn't there.
Let's think of a random name for the
She
little
feels
kid. Let's call
panic
him
pierce her
Adam.
chest in that instant,
Where's Adam?
But tries to keep her composure. She
Adam?
asks one of the other mothers what happened, and they seem just as confused as her.
Oh my.
I think he just
Alex's
went
mom,
down the
where is
slide,"
he?
One of them says.
The slide is the SCP. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling
the
it.
fear is impossible to suppress now. The mother screams
Where's
her
Adam?
child's name, but there's no
Where did Adam
response.
go?
Okay, are you talking about me?
She
You keep saying Adam. Are you talking to me or are you talking to that Adam?
No, I'm talking to the little boy Adam.
Why would you pick the only name that is in this group of people? You could have picked any other name.
I don't know. It just came to me. I don't know.
Okay, can I be at least like Adam 1 and that's Adam 2?
No.
Guys, I think
Structure
it's about to
and
get
looks
really
down the
scary.
shaft of the metal tube slide.
It's definitely about to get really
Her
scary.
voice echoes down
no,
as
it's
she
normal
calls
slide.
the name again and again.
I'm putting on my jump
Her
scare
horrified
goggles.
screaming just pours out the
Whoa.
other side.
What is that?
Soon enough, one mother's
Looks like
panic
potato
affects
chips.
The
Oscar
entire
the
town.
Grouch.
Okay, that is Alex kid in the
Mis-
future.
You know, I just realized this playground doesn't have mulch. Never trust a playground that is on grass. No wonder there's freaky stuff going on. This is disgusting. This should be illegal. What is this?
Alec, I 100% agree. And do we think maybe there's a very small chance that this kid is the SCP?
No.
Doesn't-
Just because he's fat and has red hair, guys.
Doesn't he look like Alex's son and like he's waiting for his friend to go on the slide to spit on his face? Like he's like,
This kid looks like he already beats his wife. Come on, guys. That was good.
I just called him your son and you followed it with that?
Well, I'm not agreeing with that part. I'm just saying this guy definitely drinks Monster Energy and hits women.
He's 7 years old.
And he's 7 years old.
Uncalled for, Alex.
Missing people in 12 hours. 2 teens, 1 child.
They have
Could there
a
be
creepy
kidnapping
smile.
involved? It doesn't take the papers
new
long
victim?
to start running with it.
Serial
Police
killer!
search every inch of the playground, the fields beyond it, and even the nearby forest, but they don't find anything. The mother gives her statement to the police, and soon after,
Oh, she didn't go
her
down the
estranged
slide.
husband is also brought in for
Big
questioning.
mistake.
Why do
It
they
soon
show him
goes
as a
from
poop?
local news
Dude, they gotta
to
find a better
national
photo of this guy.
syndication. Extra police are soon sent in from external departments to widen the search, as phones within tens of miles of the incident give the frightening buzz of Amber Alerts. The first 24-hour window is the most important, but as the hours draw on, the hopes
He is
start
creepy.
to dwindle, and the local police precinct is starting to catch flack for their ineptitude. One person who isn't getting that same blowback is the
Oprah
mother.
Winfrey.
Soon
Is that
enough,
Oprah?
she's
Yeah.
America's favorite terrified mother. Her email inbox is full of tabloid newspapers and online outlets begging for exclusives. They want to know how she's feeling right now. Does she have any theories as to what happened? Is there anything she'd like to say to
Dude, this is so messed up. And this is what happens all of the time when there's a missing persons report. All the news, they go right to the person and they start asking them questions when they don't care. They don't want to answer any questions because they just want to find the missing person.
They want to use the emotions of this person for a story to get clicks and views.
They just want to milk it for all it's worth because they just want to make money, and it is messed up. I'm putting my foot down. No!
I just noticed, what are you two wearing?
Well, you see, when it gets very scary, I cover up.
I have a different outfit for every day of the week, and this is my Tuesday outfit.
This is my I don't want to get scared outfit.
Adam, is that your Cheetos outfit that you eat Cheetos in so that you can't see the dust on your clothes?
That's his big nose outfit.
Adam's nose could be an SCP.
has her son locked up
What
in
the
some
heck?
basement compound. The mother is part of every search party, every night. She tromps through the undergrowth, shouting her son's name. But
Okay,
soon,
now I'm starting to
the
believe
tone of
Alec might be the
search
SCP.
starts to change.
Okay.
Police and search parties stop walking through forests and knocking on doors. Instead,
Not
they
this
start
guy
calling
again.
Jeffrey
riverbeds
Dahmer?
and digging through gravel
They already
pits.
beat him up.
Nobody says it, but the subtext is clear. They're not looking for a little boy anymore. They're looking for his
Oh,
body.
yeah, too
Little
much
by
time
little,
has passed.
even the most ardent supporters start to peel away. It's not exciting anymore. It's grim and depressing. But even that isn't nearly as awful as what's about to
Even
happen.
his ghost is creepy.
Slowly, at first, and then with all the speed and intensity of an avalanche, the media and then the public
Of course.
begins to turn on her.
Whoa, why?
The headlines go from being kind and sympathetic to indifferent description of just how long the fruitless search has gone on.
Oh
to
my
active
gosh.
cruelty. Doesn't the mother seem like she's taking all of this too
Oh,
well?
they're trying to
Doesn't
blame her
she
for the
seem
murder. She's gonna get
a
put in
little
prison.
Suspicious. The headlines are the lit match thrown into
Oh
the
my
tinderbox.
gosh, that's messed up.
The conspiracy theories start flying
Check,
online.
that's your name.
Internet sleuths intent on getting to the bottom of this, to finding a more believable angle.
I'm not even gonna say it. It's not worth the joke. Never mind.
It's true. This is what happens.
Wait, what? Jack, what?
There's internet sleuths out there that think that they can figure it out and that they could get to the bottom of it and that they could solve it from their mom's basement. They do all the research and then they start giving all of their opinions when they don't have the information. They don't have the answers.
Well, one time it actually worked out. Did you watch the documentary Don't Mess with Cats?
I did see that one, yeah. That was one of the few times where it actually worked.
They caught a serial killer, so.
I don't know. A lot of conspiracy theories turn out to be true. This one seems unlikely.
I just can't take you seriously, Alec. I'm sorry.
Should I change?
Yeah.
I'm gonna change.
Yeah, maybe change your shirt. I don't know what's making it weird.
Well,
No,
I
it
might
wasn't
get,
the glasses.
Dang, that thing messed up my nose.
Welcome to my world.
Is this better?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, much better.
Us in the
You're
most
cool now.
unfavorable light imaginable. Did
Mommy,
she smile during that press conference? There must be some kind of ulterior motive
that's
here.
really creeping
there
me
must
out.
be some secret underneath the surface.
And
as you'll find
Alec,
out
don't turn
later,
around.
There is. Just not the one anyone here would expect.
I just got the chills. I
Mother
don't
is
like
still
this.
getting hundreds and sometimes thousands
The
of
media's
messages
turning on her.
every day. But the tone of these messages has changed with the media's depiction. I know what you did, you monster. You can't keep getting away with this. How can you live with yourself, killing your own little boy? Did you dig a big hole for him, lady? I'm gonna dig a bigger one for you.
What the heck?
Yo,
But the messages
chill.
That's
aren't
definitely that
nearly
guy
as
that they
chilling
beat up earlier.
as the maniacs who show up at her house. It starts with shadows, figures moving through the bushes at night, barely visible in the glow of the porch
I would move
light.
out of the country so
Then
fast.
come
Oh
the
my
sounds.
gosh, that's
So
terrifying.
messed
The
up.
thud of rocks against the siding, the occasional crash of something heavier smashing against a window. In one
Wow.
instance, someone even shot at the facade.
That was definitely
When the police
big
came over to
mistake.
Jack, this happens in real life?
She sensed an undertone of,
Probably.
everything always happens to you, doesn't it? Underneath the sympathetic smiles. Her car has been ruined by horrific graffiti multiple times. The tires slashed, the windows cracked, the
Dang.
doors keyed. Every single way that a person can suffer an indignity, short of physical violence, she seems to be suffering it. She even sees YouTubers and podcasters hiding in their cars, filming her as she takes out the garbage for
Oh
B-roll
my
in their
gosh.
documentaries about her perceived wrongdoings.
Okay,
She
this is
cries
getting
too
out
much.
of hand.
She doesn't cry enough. Don't her eyes look like a murderer's eyes? But she'll even
So, wait, I'm confused. Is the SCP the news and the media and how they're misconstruing everything?
I was trying to think, like, what the heck is the SCP? Normally by now in the video, we know what the SCP is, but we still don't even know.
It's so obvious.
Well, it seems like it's the playground, but now it seems like it's the media and the news and all of the people. And maybe this happens to her, but maybe this can happen to anybody, right? And then the SCP takes over her mind and takes over everybody, and then she goes to jail.
Well, then, yeah.
That's not the SCP. That you said it yourself, Jack. This happens all the time in real life. This is just how it goes sometimes with the media.
But it's starting to get a little bit out of hand. It's starting to get like really intense. And I don't know, maybe I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe that's part of the SCP.
I think she has to find her son. That's the only way she gets out of this alive.
awake over the horrors that invade her dreams. Well, it's
Ew,
only
bro,
ever
what
one
the
dream,
flip?
actually. She's there on the day that her boy went missing, standing with the other moms at the edge of the playground, watching her little boy.
So it's the
Except
dad's
in the
fault.
dream, nobody has a face. They're all
It's
blank
him.
and smooth,
Oh.
with voices that sound like
The
muffled
SCP's
nonsense.
calling to her.
Her son calls out to her, and then, at the exact same time that it did in real life, her phone starts to ring. It's her husband again, her soon-to-be
Here we
ex-husband.
go.
Yeah,
As
this
though
could be the
trapped by
SCP. I think you guys
certainty
are
of the
right.
past, she steps away
So
and
her
answers
husband is the
phone,
SCP.
No.
moving liquid slow.
SCP's in
Her
her dreams
husband's
right now.
voice comes through the microphone next to her ear
Whoa!
in an eerie monotone. Why aren't you watching our boy? She turns and sees him gone. Not just him, but everyone.
Oh
as though
my
she's
God.
completely alone in the world.
She's
She
losing her
dashes over in a
mind.
panic, though to her, that dash is in torturous slow motion.
She's drinking too much
The
Jamba
words
Juice.
of the other mom ring with haunting clarity in her ears. I think he just went down the slide. In a blur of panic, she scrambles into the slide.
Wait, that is
her
not what
breath
they said the
coming in
first time,
shallow
though.
gasps.
Yeah, it's
Her
exactly what they
hands
said.
slip on
It
the
is, and then
smooth
she
plastic,
checked it.
her
Yeah.
knees banging against the sides as she crawls forward.
But you could see the bottom of the
This time,
slide from her
She
angle.
doesn't see the faint light of the other side.
gosh.
Oh, God.
Just
Oh,
that the
gosh.
Consuming
SCP.
darkness yawning before
Dude, this
her,
has to be it!
pulling her in like a void. She doesn't stop to think.
This
Do
has
not
to
go
be
in.
it.
That's when she hears it.
Do not go in.
His voice.
Okay, I have a prediction. I feel like she's gonna wake up and she's actually gonna be there. Like she's sleepwalking right now.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if this is actually a dream or not.
Yeah, it's like the SCP's calling to her, and it only gets activated at night.
She's in a hypnotic state at the moment. It's not really a dream.
Yeah, I think she's gonna wake up outside, right next to the slide.
I don't think so. I think she's in her bed, that she's freaking out, she's panicking, but I think she is going to go back to the tunnel. And I want to know.
You mean the slide?
Yeah, or the slide, the tunnel slide.
Oh, okay.
Would you guys go into it?
Heck no. I'd probably pee in it first, see what happens.
Yeah, I would throw a ball down or something. Yeah.
Yeah, throw some poop down there. Hello?
Poop does not slide.
Maybe send another child down there or something. Be like, you want to go down the slide, little Jimmy?
Hey, Jimmy.
It's faint, but unmistakable. She needs to keep going. But inside, the slide feels like a desperate and terrible infinity. Endless loops in cold, dark metal. Every time she feels like she's getting close to seeing her son again, he gets just a little further away. Then, everything slips out of reach. She bolts upright in bed, gasping for air, her nightshirt clinging to her sweat-soaked.
Yeah!
The slide. She knows she has to go back.
It's the slide, boys!
It's not just a dream.
Alex?
It's something more.
She has to go inside of the slide.
She can't explain. The slide.
Now I'm in a trance.
She has to go back to the slide. And that's what she does. That night, she goes back to the playground.
Dang it, Jack
still
called it.
cordoned off with police tape fluttering in the breeze.
Don't go alone.
She ducks under the cordon, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and hope.
The SCP's calling to her.
She
It's not
stands at the
smart.
base
Do
of
not
the
do
slide,
this right now.
Staring up at its hollow, gaping entrance.
Don't do
Her breath
this!
catches as she takes the first step, her fingers curling
Whoa!
tightly.
Okay, wait, how do you defeat the SCP? Do you think you go in maybe the reverse side? You do a little Uno reverse?
You
and then,
crawl up it?
When have you ever defeated an SCP?
I don't know, I'm just spitballing right now, guys. Maybe you have to reverse slide, and then you can get inside safely without it eating you.
I like Alex's idea, sliding poop down.
Thank you.
Around the metal rungs. They feel cold in the damp night air. She pauses at the top, and then summoning every ounce of courage, she throws herself forward, face first, her arms pinned tightly at her sides.
Are you
The
crazy?
world blurs as she hurtles downward, the slide pulling her in faster than it ever should.
What is she gonna do down there?
We were right. We were right. It's the
She
slide.
didn't even bring a weapon!
It's the slide. She's going to the
Walls and
gulag.
ceiling close in tightly around her.
It's the toxic
hard
dimension.
rock pressing against her body.
What the?
She can't move, can't even wriggle her arms loose. She screams into the void.
I really hope she told it. It's somebody that she was going in there.
Swallowed, crushed.
POV,
by the
you're in
suffocating
Adam's
darkness.
nose.
There's no echo, no sense of space beyond the tiny prison she's trapped in. She now knows what happened to her son.
She knows.
She just can't save him. Or herself. To someone claustrophobic, what I just described is probably worse than an eternity in hell. But that's simply par for the course when
What?
it comes to SCP-1562.
Literally
What?
is just
known
the
as
slide.
a carnivorous slide.
It's like a death
An
worm.
anomaly where the questions it raises are every bit as unsettling as the few answers we have regarding its nature.
How?
To the untrained eye, there's nothing amiss about this particular
It's literally a
anomaly.
slide.
It's a metal tube slide, 11 feet long, 3.4 meters,
Yeah.
and 7 feet high, 2.2 meters. Part of an otherwise completely non-anomalous playground in a location that, for your own safety, will remain undisclosed. There's a good chance that even if you use the slide, you may not fall victim to its anomalous effects.
Really?
That's because
Yeah, dude, there's probably like thousands and thousands of kids that have gone down that slide and probably not have anything bad happen to them. Like they would have figured it out like that if kids just started disappearing down the slide.
But then how does it pick who it eats?
It's about to tell us. It's literally about to tell us. Let's listen up.
Well, Alec likes to get fed information. He doesn't like to have theories and hypotheses.
these effects are only activated when someone uses the slide in a very particular way. Namely,
Face first.
sliding down it on their stomach, face first, with their arms at their sides. When this
Wow.
condition is
Nice,
satisfied,
Jack.
the victim will
Ho, ho,
disappear
ho.
at some point during the
I
slide,
used to love doing
vanishing
that.
without a trace.
I do that
I am
all the
never
time.
doing that
Today,
again.
Despite the Foundation's best attempts
What is
to
moving?
capture the phenomenon, it has never been directly observed. I
Just
cannot
like
stress
mother, like
enough
son.
that this is very much a one-way trip, too.
Wait, why did the mom go down face first? Is it literally just like they just coincidentally went down face first?
I think the slide was communicating with her, like telling her, like, go down on your belly, you dirty.
Yeah. Come
What?
down here face first.
I want you on your stomach.
I don't know. It was weird. They didn't really mention that, like why they both went face first. Kind of strange.
I think she did that because of the dream.
They haven't told us either how the slide has been communicating with this woman, because clearly it has been.
Yeah.
So this
Some
isn't just
psychoactive powers.
It's not just a SCP that swallows children. It's an SCP that also is able to communicate telepathically.
Nobody who has gone down the slide and disappeared has
little
ever
Adam.
been recovered. Even
forgot
though
his name
they
was
has
Adam.
sent D-class personnel down the slide with a tether attached to their bodies, the tether has been
Snaps.
mysteriously cut when the person disappeared.
Of course.
Oh boy.
It's a different
What a-
dimension.
What a poopy way to
Who
die.
Who would ever
Question.
do that?
Where are all these people going? The best that the Foundation can estimate on this is that it's an extra-dimensional space, which
has to be.
largely been described as an extremely cramped, cave-like environment where light ceased to work and mobility is extremely limited.
How would they even
It's like
know?
a pocket
Due to
dimension.
the position that victims are in when the anomalous effect takes place, they're rarely even able to move their arms. While here, beyond even experiencing the natural fear one would logically feel in the
terrible. That's so
situation,
bad.
they feel the sudden onset of panic and paranoia as their situation deteriorates.
This kind of reminds me of those videos I see on TikTok of these psycho, usually guys, that will lodge their body in caves into gaps like this big, and then they just like start shimmying around and they don't get scared.
Well, there's a lot of people that die from that. Like, they just get stuck there and they can't move. So then they just, like, starve to death.
That's what this reminds me of, is the people that do that, but they do it willingly. These people, they did it by accident. They were just trying to have a good time, go down the slides face first. Idiots!
There have only ever been 2 Foundation experiments conducted on SCP-1562 before testing was suspended indefinitely.
They sent in the
In the
D-class.
first, a member of D-class personnel was tethered and sent down the slide.
Good night.
At which point, he promptly disappeared, severing
Bye-bye.
the tether. However, the long-range communication device left with the D-class still worked.
What?
From his new location, he was able to describe not only the dark and cramped locale, but something wedged in the tunnel in front of him. He described a tiny shoe, like that of a child, laying in the tunnel in front of him.
Oh, Adam.
He also heard a voice talking and telling him to stop crying,
a
even
shoe?
though he wasn't. When asked to describe
What?
his situation, he said, "I'm still headfirst on my stomach and my body's at an angle, but I'm in some sort of small tunnel and I'm stuck. I'm completely surrounded by rock or dirt on all sides. I don't have enough room to raise my
That
head or
is
move my
everybody's
arms.
worst nightmare.
I can't move forward. I really want to get out of here now." Of course, there was no way for the Foundation researchers to get
That's
him out.
awkward.
Instead, they asked him about the other person who seemed to be trapped in there with him. The D-class said, He just kept asking where he was, and I told him I didn't know. But I don't think he was really talking to me because he didn't respond to my voice, and he told me to stop crying when I was actually sort of calm." They then asked him whether
It's probably
the
the
other
mom
person
talking
seemed
to the
be moving.
boy.
I don't think so. He started crying and asking for his mommy.
Oh.
You finally stopped, and shortly after that, you contacted me again.
Please get me out now. Please hurry,
This
my
is sad.
chest. Communication cut at this point.
They gotta put
much
a
to the
nuclear bomb down
distress
that
of
slide,
everyone
stomach
involved.
first.
In response to this incident, another test was approved. This time using a member of D-class personnel
Oh, he
who
looks
has
smaller.
a smaller stature. The logic being that a thinner man might be more mobile in the enclosed space of
They might get it.
SCP-1562's
All right.
anomalous area, allowing
dead.
for further
Nah,
exploration
yeah, he's
than the
done, for
previous
sure.
test
He
subject.
Because the
dead.
little boy got stuck
However,
too.
despite the difference in size, this D-class seemed just as trapped and enclosed as the first. He reported the same disappearance of all light, the same shortness of breath, the same dirt and rock, the same tiny shoe just in front of his head. But then he started hearing a voice.
It's like an
one
escape
very
room.
familiar to the Foundation researchers, echoing from the dark. It was the voice of the previous D-class.
What the?
And it wasn't just
I
his
think the
voice.
SCP
He
absorbs
was
his
saying
voice and
everything that
spirit.
he'd said during the previous test at exactly
Whoa,
the
whoa,
timings
whoa,
they
It's like
were
an
sent,
echo.
as though someone was playing back a recording.
Or like messes with space and time. So like time doesn't even exist there. And it's just replaying like the same time over and over and over and over again.
This might be the scariest SCP
I don't like
ever.
that. I really don't like that at all. That freaks me out.
Why do they still keep the slide in the playground? Remove it.
They don't know. Well, they're going to contain it.
Oh, okay.
They have to. They always do.
This might be like the most powerful SCP ever. How do you stop it? Like, yes, you can contain it and tell people not to go down the slide, but how do you like destroy it?
Maybe you send the bloop in there.
You send a
my
nuke and you
God.
blow it up.
You bloop it up.
Bloop it.
After, the voice stopped. The second D-Class's transmission was cut not long after, his last recorded words being, "Oh, thank God for that. I was starting to think that..." He was never heard from again. In light of this development,
horrible.
the lead researcher in the case,
It was so
Dr.
bad the dude
Carver,
bit his lip.
suspended all testing. To do any more would simply repeat the same result and sacrifice more lives to the carnivorous slide.
The gulag butt.
These days, the slide is quarantined in testing lab
There we go.
46-V.
Get it
in
out of
Site
the playground,
24,
gosh dang.
Kept away from the public and from dangerously curious Foundation researchers who might repeat certain old mistakes. When you've done this job for long enough, you realize that sometimes not having an answer at all is kinder than knowing the awful truth beneath it all. Check out the Dr. Bob.
That is so grim.
And that is simply just another reason why I will be staying inside.
I might have to stop going to playgrounds.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed and want to see more SCPs, you crazy guy. You guys, seriously, you want more? Okay, all right, ready? All right, you guys can watch this one, but seriously, you guys should go to bed after this